Hey Crafty friend, what's going on? Today I am making the small die of the month card. I am so excited. I love fall, and this one is called Hiking Through the Meadows. So I'm kind of taking a late summer / fall theme to it, but it isn't just for fall. You certainly could use this any time of the year. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the boot. And you can see on my left here, I already made one boot all ready to go. And then I'm going to make this one now. So it's a really cool die, and it ends up looking pretty realistic. There it is over there. And then we're gonna pop in some beautiful kind of late summer florals here. Some of these little sprigs, leaves, berries, and this pretty flower that we will assemble after the boot. Today, this is, let's see, September 2nd, so school is maybe starting for either some of you if you're watching, or your kids or your grandkids or whoever you might know, but this is always such a fun time of year for me. I'm a kindergarten teacher, and it's just so exciting to have a fresh year and just another awesome bunch of kiddos that are going to come soon. We do start after Labor Day at our school, so I have a couple more days of summer, but you know, we've been back as teachers now for a couple days. So when I'm assembling this boot, I'm going to put on this piece first. Now this is the center of the laces. And when I'm assembling it, I'm going to use some liquid glue and my precision tweezers, or reverse tweezers, however you want to call them. Mine are from Spellbinders, from Susan's Garden Tools. I will try to remember to link that in the description. Actually, no, it is linked. It's part of my tools, so part of my tool area in my description. But I really love these, and I like that they are nice and pointy, and they're able to get into all sorts of nooks and crannies that I need. Now this little piece here looks like a little smiley face, oops, and it goes kind of upside down, so you're going to make a frown to make the bottom lace part of this kind of be popped up. So it goes kind of like that. I suppose if you put it the other way, it wouldn't be a big deal. It still would look like a shoe, but this just gives a little dimension to the boot. Next, I'm going to pop on this X. It goes like this, so it kind of has the cross part on the top. I will just pop some liquid glue on here and put it on the boot. I'm going to line up the top parts of the X with the top holes of the boot, like this, and press down. Depending on the colors you use for this boot, you could really use it for different occasions. You could even use it as a vase and pop some flowers going out of just one single boot. It just kind of depends on what you're interested in the final product to look like. Now there's a wiggly lace and then a straight lace, so it just kind of depends on the look that you're going for. I am going to kind of go with the same design as the other one and have the straighter one on the right and the looser one on the left, because that's where it connects to this boot area here. So for this, I'm just going to put glue on the spot where it's going to connect onto the die. Otherwise, I will have a gluey mess behind here. And that just goes right on there to look like it's coming out, or I can put glue right on that center hole and then put the die on. Either way it works, but it's just kind of your preference. And just like that, we have a boot. Oh dear, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Better put it down a little bit longer. Let it set. Just like that, we have a boot. Haha. Anyway, we'll leave it there to dry. Next, I'm going to make the flowers. So for this, there's two flower dies, the petals, and then there's the center. For the petals, I'm going to put together the dark piece first, and then put together the light piece, and this will create a big open flower. You can see here I have a half flower already made. And that is if you just do one dark and one light piece. So you will get a very similar result. It's just a half of the flower. I'll show you how to make that in just a minute. But when I'm putting on these petals, I am offsetting them just a little bit so you can still see the light and the dark coming through the open areas. And then finally the center will go on. Just like that. Now for the half piece, again, you just use half of the flower. So I chose to use the 4 just because that's what I had die cut out, but you could certainly use the 4 and the 3 like I did on the first half. But I didn't want all the flowers to look exactly the same, so I chose to do 4 and 4 on this one. And by 4 and 3, I mean the petals of the flowers. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows, and this has 3. Because usually when you have a bouquet of flowers, they're not all exactly the same, and that's just okay with me. Then I'll gently flip these over and just add the stems. The stems are these green pieces here. I'm going to put the glue on the center part of the flower area, and then the stems themselves are all ready for glue, and Spellbinders was so smart and they gave us these circles for our glue to rest on. So again, just the thoughtfulness of how they create their products is just unbelievable. I'm such a big fan of Spellbinders. Right there should be good for my flower, and then my big full flower apparently is going to get this shorty stem, but I think a lot of that will be covered up with some of the other fun little goodies that are going in this card. I had a difficult time with my color choices on this. I went back and forth about having everything look super fall-like and having the boots and everything kind of coordinate. But I decided to have my paper that's going around my border paper to coordinate with the shoe and the flowers. And then the leaves are a little bit off, but that's okay because some of those tones definitely look really nice with this. I think I might just kind of scrap the orange one, but I do like the way it looks. So perhaps when it's all together, it will kind of coordinate, but I'm not sure how things will look at this very moment. We'll just have to see. The red is really the one that's kind of throwing off my eye on the color palette, but we'll see. This red is definitely a little bit more of a muted red, and this is pretty vibrant, so I don't know. But when I was making all the dyes, I love using up my scraps and just kind of seeing what I can find, so that's kind of the direction I went. Okay, with the shoes or the boots, we're going to fill them up with flowers. So what I'm going to do is actually just put glue on the bottom parts of the boot like this. And then I'm going to tuck all of the little pieces into the boot on the top. And it will hold well enough where I'm not worried that it's going to fall all over. So it'll be just like that. Now for the fun part, we get to arrange the flowers and florals, the flowers and leaves, and just kind of get creative here. Only 8 more days until my collection is released. I am so excited. It is all sports themed if you don't know about it. Now you know, but I am so excited to see what everyone makes with it. It's just a super fun collection. It's called Game Day, and it's all about sports, and it's just so fun to it's already just so exciting seeing my product on the Spellbinders website and just see my idea kind of come to life. It's just been a true blessing, if you will. Now, I don't like the way the flowers are right now where it looks like they are perfectly placed, so I'm just going to kind of make them a little bit more wonky and have a little more free look to them. If you are not aware, Minnesota does have some beautiful hiking trails and parks. My favorite would probably have to be Jay Cook. I went there with my best friend Mackenzie I think it was a couple years ago now. We should probably go back, but it is so beautiful and it has amazing rocks. It's up by Duluth, so if you're ever in Duluth, Minnesota, or close to it, maybe in Wisconsin, definitely take a little trip over and you can enjoy the beautiful scenery that Minnesota has to offer. You won't be disappointed, I'm certain of that, because it is just gorgeous, especially in the fall with the color changing leaves. It just blows my mind every year, which again is probably why fall is my favorite season. Although I love snow. So with that being said, I do like winter as well, but you know, I guess I'm living in the right state to love snow. Okay, I think that's kind of all of the extras I want to add to this. So now for adding on the glue, because nothing here is stuck down besides the boots. If I shook it, these would be going flying. I'm just going to take my glue bottle and just kind of put glue where I think it might help, but we're going to do a shake test after and see if everything is secure. Wish me luck here. Okay, I am just loving the way that this turned out, way more than I thought I would. I knew that I would like this die when I saw it, but now that I see my own kind of take on it, I am really liking it. I definitely decided to not put in the red just because it was just a little too red, but I'll use these on another project. Same with these other green leaves. They'll be perfect for something else, and because they're kind of neutral and a good size, they're perfect for another fall card. Anyway, here is my take on this small die. I'm going to choose not to use any sentiments on this one. I know that there's the large die that comes with that hey, I think it says boo and then hello fall or hey fall, but I'm just going to leave this one very simple and pretty and just let the dies do the work for me. Let me know in the comments what you think about this one, and be sure to come back tomorrow for the Glimmer of the Month video, and that one is all about sunflowers and it's just super pretty. So we'll see you tomorrow. Happy crafting. Bye.